The world of Rainbow Six Siege is a battlefield like no other, a place where strategy meets chaos, and only the most precise and resilient teams can make their way to the top. And in this competitive world, Team BDS stood on the edge of greatness for years, a powerhouse in Europe, yet cursed by their inability to conquer the world. At the center of this storm was no other than a Stefan Lublu, also known as Shaiiko, a living legend in the world of Rainbow Six Siege, whose mechanical skill and fragging prowess made him a household name. But as years went on, even Shaiko's brilliance seemed to dull under the weight of unmet expectations. The community thought, is Shaiiko past his prime? Is BDS destined to choke on the global stage forever? No matter how hard Team BDS and Shaiiko would try, they would end up getting eliminated at some point during any international tournament. After years of falling just short on the global stage, Team BDS hit rock bottom in the Six Invitational 2022. They got eliminated from the tournament in the group stage, and they just managed to win one game. For a team that has been labeled as Europe's best, it was a devastating blow. Something had to change. And a few months later in 2022, a rising star from the French scene began writing a new chapter for Team BDS and Shaiiko. For years, Team BDS was a name that struck fear into every European team's heart. With Shaiiko at the helm, supported by a stellar squad, they dominated Europe like no team had ever done. Their synergy, fragging power, and tactical execution made them the undisputed kings of Europe. But outside of Europe, the story was tragically different. On the international stage, like the Six Invitational, Six Major, and other international events, Team BDS became synonyms with defeat and heartbreak. Most of the times, they would storm through the group stage, crushing opponents with a mix of confidence and flair, only to falter when it mattered the most. Quarterfinal exits, semi-final heartbreaks. The history was just repeating itself over and over for Team BDS. Six Invitational 2020.
Effectively here, Shaiiko wins it! Plant! There it is, though! Shaiiko!
Six Invitational 2021.
It's Rafale locked inside. It's a spray, but it's a TSM room.
Six Mexico Major 2021.
It's over! No hope for Brede! The French go home, and Empire will be in the grand finals tomorrow!
Six Sweden Major 2021.
Down on the ground, he takes the fight. He's looking for the planter. He gets that through the hands in his face.
Six Invitational 2022.
No points secured for BDS, and they exit today in dead last in their group.
Six Charlotte Major 2022.
Going home. He gets one, but they are done. OMG.
All of these results were indicating that Team BDS needed a change. Critics questioned whether Team BDS had the mental resilience to compete at the highest level. Even some fans started doubting Shaiiko, thinking he's way past his prime. So in 2022, they made the bold decision to drop Rafale after winning $700,000 in the Gamers 8 tournament in Saudi Arabia. The search for a new player led Team BDS to the French League Season 4, where two young prodigies of Team SKED were turning heads. And those two players were LikeFac and Deadshot, two teammates on the Team SKED roster that were destroying the French League Season 4. Their mechanical skills and aggressive play style made them stand out in the league. Even though both players were incredibly talented, but Team BDS had to choose only one. And the player that they decided to sign from Team SKED ended up being LikeFac. LikeFac's performance in the French League Season 4 was exceptional, and his incredible performance in the French League Season 4 made Team BDS to sign him before the French League event come to an end. LikeFac officially joined Team BDS on September 12th, 5 days before the semi-final match of the French League Season 4. And even though LikeFac didn't play in the semi-final match and the grand final match of the French League Season 4, he ended up being awarded as the MVP of the tournament. He constantly appeared in the Team of the Week selections, was a part of the Team of the Season in the French League Season 4, and he earned the most MVP wins award for that season. When LikeFac joined Team BDS in 2022, his impact was immediate. His entry fragging skills were unmatched. His confidence was infectious, and his synergy with Shaiiko was incredible. It looked like that Shaiiko finally found his perfect duo. For years, Shaiiko had carried the weight of expectations on his shoulders, often being the only player to make the game-changing plays. But with LikeFac on his side, the burden has now been officially shared between the two. From his debut for Team BDS, LikeFac proved everybody that Team BDS made the right decision to sign him over Deadshot. In fact, he made his debut for Team BDS only one day after he joined the team. He helped Team BDS to defeat Team Secret as their first victim as a team. team. But now the ultimate test was on its way. After they finished second in the EUL and were qualified to play in the 2022 Jönköping Major, everybody expected something different from Team BDS. But there was a big question. Could LikeFac help BDS to break their international curse? BDS was storming through the tournament. In the playoffs, they were looking untouchable.
Stairs somehow escapes with his live as Lems finds one before Mowgli trades out. 4v3, counting down. Mowgli gets picked up, back to 3. 80 seconds on the clock as Shinka falls. It's only up to P4 now in a 1v3 situation. Will he catch it? No, he doesn't! BDS!
They weren't just winning, they were dominating the tournament.
As they jump in, they go for the spray round, tucked on the corner. It's the first engagement for Shaiiko, but he loses a lot. There's Shaiiko! The 2 versus 1 here, the pop of the Keratos. Oh, it's a knife! Breaks around onto the back line, buy themselves some space, and Shaiiko buys one more body onto blue. There's Shaiiko with one more. Can he get the third? He can! They put the pressure on the side. It's 2 for Brede! He has the lockdown. There's the third! In a 1 versus 1. Kansan and Brede either side, but it's Brede!
But it wasn't over yet. Team Liquid was waiting for Team BDS in the grand final. A team that had gone through the exact same thing. A team that was amazing in their own region, but failed to deliver in the international stage. 2 cursed teams were about to face each other in the Jönköping Major grand final. Team BDS started the series very dominantly. They destroyed Team Liquid on the first map.
There's a lot of clutch factor here, and this is where they step up to the plate. Shaiiko delivers.
Instead, Lagonis engaging from that direction. Back and forth they'll go, and it's BDS to double up.
But Team Liquid didn't let that slide.
Ask taking matters into his own hands. There goes the diffuser. Oh, the way Shaiiko does that! With half of the round to go, Liquid, very little but a scratch on them, but Shaiiko engages. Brede takes down yet another, but it's Lagonis.
They won the next map as a response to BDS.
Risky. Liquid, they're looking to take bank.
And on the third map, when everything was going perfectly for Team BDS, Team Liquid finally came back to the tournament and destroyed Team BDS on Oregon.
Goes down, EFAC, he's not good for it. A flawless round.
A flawless round. Are we going to find another? Yes, we will. Nesk denies BDS a single kill.
He's gotten double digits. BDS, they're trying to finally make an assault, but Liquid get it done in practically flawless.
To find 4 kills. He won't even get 1. Liquid wins 7 damn rounds in a row.
Team BDS was on the edge of losing the grand final. They couldn't afford any mistakes.
Because the Yokai picks up on the Nook numbers, but
EFAC, he's got the entire site to himself. This is the most oddball thing you've ever seen in your life.
Still hasn't found a kill. Down goes Nesk, and down goes...
Hands at home. The sledge holes will be made above. The shots back and forth. EFAC with the quad. And BDS...
Team BDS managed to win Cafe with a score of 7-5. It was a very close fight, but everything depended on a skyscraper. This map would break the curse of one of these 2 teams.
From Liquid is going to come in. BDS are perfect so far through these 4 rounds. Shaiiko in particular.
Damn idea about what's going on in this portion of the building. Olems, he's got Nesk. He's looking for blood. And he gets it through the dragon statue. Olems!
Team BDS didn't falter. They crushed Team Liquid in the grand final and claimed their first ever international title. This win wasn't just a victory for the organization, it was a vindication for Shaiiko, who had finally silenced his doubters and became the MVP of the tournament. LikeFac had just saved Shaiiko's career. Together, Shaiiko and LikeFac became one of the most iconic duos in Rainbow Six Siege history, and this is why Rainbow Six Siege will never forget the name LikeFac.